Hi, welcome. In this video is part of my series called Flipping the Script. I'm going to be focusing in on how balanced dog trainers deal with a aggressive dog. And on this video put out by a very popular balanced dog trainer, goes by the name of Tom Davis, refers to himself as America's canine educator. I'm going to be actually providing some further education on kind of what not to do, okay, when it comes to interacting with dogs that have gained a higher level of control in the relationship. This goes into situations where trainers get blindsided. They don't see it coming in terms of a moment of aggression. And I'm going to be playing some of this video. I'm going to be stopping on the way. I'm going to be actually even talking about, I used a parenting example, okay, to help to really highlight our role in the relationship. Again, this issue about dogs as social animals, how they connect with us that way, as well as defining what a process is and what it isn't, okay, when it comes to reversing course, when it comes to not just all dogs, but dealing with a aggressive dog situation. So again, if you're a dog trainer, I encourage you to pay attention to some of the things I'm going to be saying on this video, because really the point of everything is not to get bitten. Because understand that, once a dog bite situation happens, even with a trainer stepping into a situation where that dog hasn't bitten before, that dog is right there. Okay, they're gained a higher level of control. Because here's the thing: once a dog bites, it can take hope away from the situation. Suddenly, the owner, and of course, will say, "I can't trust that dog anymore," and that's where again dogs end up being euthanized as a result. So again, when you're dealing with a situation by way of a dog that's gained a higher level of control, it's really important that you want to approach it for what it is, following the path of a intervention. And intervention in the way in terms of how to reverse course. Talk about the core ingredients coming in the right way by way of influence and control. Clarity, really important. You're going to see a lack of clarity here. You're going to see this dog trigger off. Clarity by way again of a intentional process that takes the path of a intervention, and those two ingredients coming in by way of a intentional interaction based method, engaging the dog's level of what I call stinking thinking, okay, and making sure again that you keep things leveled out, keep things safe. But again, clarity being an important issue. Now here on this video, right away you see Tom Davis. He's attached with the leash here. You'll hear him talking about building a rapport with this dog. Okay, but again, when I talk about building rapport, well, and this is why I use the pairing example, it's about making sure that we understand our role in that we're not adding fuel to the fire. So you're gonna see kind of like just like fire and gasoline here being added. As Tom Davis, you'll see here in his back pocket here, he has a tug toy. Okay, you gotta see him allow this dog to express control. When a dog is already in control. Okay, the reason the dog is here in the first place is the owner is experiencing a relationship problem. And so control manifesting through the relationship, okay, is a problem. So I talk about, behavior. Okay, you'll hear dog trainers talking about, behavior, but within the superficial framework of response. Understand that so much of the dog training world is merely based on superficial response. Okay, using treats, getting a dog to do a sit or a down or a come without any sort of understanding as to beyond just appearances, that it's all about perceptions changing through those core ingredients coming in. That training is not a learning based exercise once a relationship problem is underway. It's a intervention. And so how to bring in those core ingredients to a interaction based method. So it does become a type of power play. I talk about that. But again, just going over the parent examples, a type of power play similar to a parent-child relationship. when you're experiencing a relationship problem with a selfish child, and as a parent, you're in their airspace the right way. Demand being part of the equation, structure, boundaries, rules, okay? But parental influence, okay, how that is established, how it's defined through certain interplays between parent and child, but also understanding again your role, but tying that in by way of the right parenting style. So here, I'm going to play some of this video. I'm going to stop along the way. But again, we talk about building rapport with the dog, okay, and using, say, you can see here, using a tug toy to allow this dog to express control, okay. What it does is it's going to set in motion, moments of aggression, okay. You're going to see Tom Davis get redirected on here because that's a wrong idea. That's the wrong thing to be doing. Even if you have an idea about wanting to train a dog for protection, understand you need to clean the relationship up first, okay? You need the dog to perceive the right way first before allowing the dog to express control, okay, as defined in and through the relationship, okay? Understand that it's all about, how things filter through. Understand the perception of dogs. You need dog to be focused on you the right way first before allowing the dog to express that state of mind, okay? So, there's a sequence you want to go through, okay? But again, generating the right type of focus first comes through as core ingredients coming through the right way through a intentional interaction-based, approach first. Then starting to, allow a dog to express control. But again, it's all about you as the pivot point, fading in, as I call it, being perceived the right way. But understand, you're going to see this happening here, okay? You're going to see this is the superficial ideas of what training is. You see Tom Davis talk about, building this rapport with the dog. But again, going back to the parent example, it'd be no different, just like, say, if you're as a step parent, trying to be the friend, trying to say, I'm going to build this rapport with the child. But here's the thing that's the problem. The child's selfish, okay, jumping on board in terms of, say, play or two on a, by way of a, video game situation, it's going to be a problem, okay, for a selfish child. I mean, things aren't going to go well until, again, you define the relationship, your role. Okay, so anyone knows about, being a parent, yeah, you want to be the friend. But again, there's, in terms of, the parental role itself, how that, again, going through certain stages of that, it transitions. But again, we talk about, within the dealing with the child, try to be the friend, it's not going to work out too well. In fact, looking at the permissive parenting style in terms of causation, you'll start to see the consequences of that. So here, play some of this video, but pay attention here. This dog, and I talk about stinking thinking. This is one of the big missing pieces in balanced dog training, with being dialed into the relationship, being dialed into a dog's state of mind. Okay, once a dog has gained a level of control in the relationship, you'll see how everything becomes a supply source. In fact, this dog is very reactive towards other dogs. You'll see Tom Davis not intercepting any of that, okay? When I talk about intercepting, taking the form of a nudge, okay, it's important to intercept. This is where we talk about the role of influence in terms of changing focus or intercepting, okay? You need to be intercepting control, stinking thinking as control is manifesting, okay? You need to be nudging, okay? You need to be intercepting this dog's state of mind. Balanced dog training doesn't represent that, okay? So how you want to see balanced dog training is like the parent who waits until the selfish child's already in the toy aisle, pulling all the toys down on the heads of the other kids before they say, oh, now I'm going to jump in, right? That's how balanced dog trainers, they're in a reactive posture. They're not dialed in that way. Control is not part of the equation in a proactive way, the way I talk about it needs to be. And so this sets up a problem, especially here, okay? But you'll see this dog's investing, control's manifesting. Now you're going to, engage in building rapport through allowing the dog to express control, and then pay attention. And then there'll be a moment where Tom Davis is then trying to correct the dog. Okay, fire and gasoline.
A little bit more serious with his reactions. He definitely.
So right here, right away, I talk about the moment of contact. So right away, you'll see and this is one of the big themes, pervasive themes of balanced dog trainers. They're not dialed in that way to a dog's state of mind. Okay, dog's there, relationship problem, control's manifesting, supply, everything's not stinking thinking. They don't engage that way. And that's a problem, okay? Because then when you start to add certain things into the mix here, right, it's going to flame up.
He doesn't, he's very reactive, and he means it. So I got to build. I got to build a relationship with him. Hey.
You got to build a relationship, okay? What does that mean, right? The dog owner has already done that. They built the relationship, but not perceived the right way, right? It comes to being intentional. It comes to those core ingredients. I talk about leadership, but then, how that is expressed through control and influence.
Good boy. Good boy. Oh.
See, that's not good, okay? There's a time and place in the relationship, okay? Going through a sequence, right? This isn't it. This dog's already gained control of the relationship. You're allowing this dog to express it the wrong way, right? And Tom Davis saying, oh, this is all about building a rapport. But think about trying to be the friend to the parent or the friend to a child that's already selfish.
Oh, yes. Good boy. Good boy. Good job, bud.
Yeah.
As a working dog.
So, again, agreeableness, right? So, for a dog gaining control, hey, this is great. Get the, man, okay, I get this guy's letting me, express it. Right? Dogs can be very agreeable. The context of agreeableness, understand control is about fulfillment, comfort, right? Just like a selfish child, again, selfishness, control, comfort, right? Selfishness.
Dog, and as a working Doberman, we got to outlet them on other things.
So outletting them on other things. This is why people get caught in this whole trap of exercise, right? But it's about still a relationship. So you can wear a dog out, you can let them express certain ways. It looks like you're appeasing, those themes of, I talk about bribery, accommodation, negotiation, but, just because, again, you may tire a dog out, but just like tiring out a selfish child, as soon as they've had some sleep, they've had something to eat, they're just as selfish, as they were before. So it doesn't fix the relationship that way. It's got to tie in properly.
Is that frustration he's seeing at other dogs, and he's like, well, he's got that, as a big male sit working Doberman.
See right there, that's a hint that that's not the thing to be doing. So he's like, sit, like he's not dialed in. Oh, this dog right here, this dog's like focusing, out of camera view, another dog, people, right? And then there's a certain moment where, again, it's like talk about, in the toy aisle. Totally oblivious, not dialed into the fact you're dealing with a selfish child, and it's like kind of cherry picking certain moments. Like suddenly he's like, there's like a certain level of awareness, like, oh, sit, okay, just correct the dog, right? But understand, this ain't making sense. This isn't providing clarity to this dog the right way. Okay, this will trigger off. This dog will redirect.
It's just ticking and ticking and ticking, exploding on other dogs, and I'm outletting it other places. So when we get other dogs out in the future...
See, very superficial. Like, you need to be dialed in the fact that you're dealing with stinking thinking here, okay? You need to be intercepting the moments, but proactively, like nudging, right? It's going to generate. If you watch my videos, you'll see how I'm doing it.
I'm going to say, hey, let's do this instead, and then it'll give you some sort of leverage. So yes, we do want to correct them.
The leash, just loose leash here. No intentional control coming over this dog. It doesn't. You see how I'm doing it. Dog is right at my side, right? It aligns. It needs to line up. Okay, I talk about language of the method.
But naturally for me, I want to say, hey, but I know where you're coming from, dude. Like, you're up here, and we need to bring it down here. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So good. See how he's getting out this.
See, same thing. You think this is helping, right? This ain't helping. Yeah.
Tough. It's non-confrontational or anything. Some people say, like, you should never play tug with the dog. That's insanity.
Well, it is insanity.
Train almost all my personal dogs.
It's insanity based on the current state of the relationship.
Dogs with a tug. Because
the thing is, you can get away with this, hey, right? I mean, but, not always. Right? See, that's the problem. Sometimes it's like, you can get away with this stuff, but then you get blindsided.
It builds a better relationship than food. Good boy. Sit.
It's the same thing. Like suddenly influence coming in. Sit. But like I said, the contrast here, control, right? Expressed, and then you're trying to correct the dog with a correction, right? Bringing control, bringing influence onto the dog, that intercept point, but then control at the same time. So again, fire and gasoline.
Down. Yes. Oh.
Just a superficial, like the down's meaningless, right? Because those two ingredients are not intentional, not coming in, not defined properly.
Oh, good boy. Can you do me a favor? Do you want to go inside and tell one of the trainers to come out here and maybe work in the parking lot for me for distraction? Thank you. Back.
Let's say same thing here. Problem, right? Other dog coming out. He's letting this dog express control towards that other dog. Right here, Tom Davis should be turned around, okay, facing the opposite direction. So the dog here has an awareness. This dog's very reactive, right? Control manifests through association, wanting to express that. Turn around the opposite direction, and those two ingredients coming online, engaging this dog's level of thinking. That's how you want to do it. That's how you should be doing it. Here, same problem here. Expressing control, manifesting towards another dog. You're faded out, right? But think about how this is what's going to happen here in a moment, because this is what they're getting redirected on, because then you're going to intercept this. So it's like that example of in the toy aisle versus what this system of training represents, keying up on the fact you're dealing with a relationship problem. And then as a parent, the moment your feet hit the floor in the morning as you wake up, you're dialed into that reality. And so you're engaged, you're consistent, you're, interacting with, the child in meaningful ways. You're on it. So before you even go to say the store, to go in the toy aisle, you're having a conversation before you get there. Right? This is the expectation. See, this isn't being dialed in. See, he's not dialed into the relationship that way at all. So here he's letting this dog express control towards the other dog, manifesting through this type of express state. And so again, just like firing it. So he's gonna correct the dog here in a minute.
Okay, sit, down.
See, took a hit, right? This dog is just say, what the heck's going on here? You're letting me just express, and then you're going to try to tell me what to do. In a certain moment, no, this ain't going down, okay? So he's going to get redirected on here, and more than a couple times.
Come take him.
So come take him. So that's the right way to get, to de-escalate, because what you're doing here, if something like this happens, it should be happening in the first place. If something like this happens, get the dog back to the owner, so that gives the dog control back to the relationship. Okay, so you can de-escalate through manipulating control. But everything else here is not right. Understand that, he's doing this only because, this ain't lining up. This ain't the right way to be doing it.
Take him. Come take him. Good. All right, we'll throw his muzzle on.
He got you good?
No, he didn't get me good. But he redirected.
So you're going to see this start to happen again. Dog's got a muzzle on, should have a muzzle on, but this whole thing with balanced training is totally upside down.
Let's go.
See, letting this dog express control again, right? Wrong way to be doing it. And then he's going to get redirected on See? Because he's already laid that foundation. Because it's like the parent who's not, dialed in the right way to the relationship. So this dog is going to, again, redirect on, because saying, okay, you let me express control here. It's no clarity. So imagine if the muzzle is off, right? This dog's, hell-bent on, expressing control because it's being allowed to do it. So it doesn't make sense. It's like you're bouncing back and forth between two parenting styles, permissive and authoritative. It's like, well, what is it? You're defining your role, clarity. So all of those themes are gone. So again, watching this, my encouragement, okay, anyone who's a dog trainer, understand there's a right way and wrong way. Okay, balanced dog training doesn't provide clarity. I talk about that. So you get blindsided, right? Redirected on. Because again, so about those two core ingredients I talk about, influence and control, coming through right process. What's the right process? Interaction based. Dialed into the relationship the right way. The dog's thinking, being proactive, intercepting, as it's being expressed. Should have been turned around the opposite way. You're using that tug toy, right, to try to build a rapport with the dog. No, you're letting the dog express control in the middle of a relationship problem, and then you're superficially focused on, certain responses. Like nothing lines up here. So again, encouragement. Check my website. Lots of great information. I talk about not just the problem, but the solution by way of a intentional interaction-based method. Thanks for watching.